just talking.
Hey, welcome to Tomorrow's Headlines Today. This is Robin from Fireside Grace Ministries, and
Brandy Cunningham.
so happy to have you here, and we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff that we have going on, probably update y'all on abortion prevention and what's been going on with Fireside Grace, so stay tuned, comment and like where you're from, and remember, comment where you're from, and remember to like and subscribe, please. All right, welcome back. How's it going?
Good.
All right, what do you want to start with? Do you want to let's put up here where people can donate and stuff because that's important. We always need that.
Well, I'll just start out by saying I miss you guys. It's been a while since I got to get on and do a video, but if you come to our Tuesday night partner meetings, you see me quite a bit more often. And now we actually were able to shift our babysitter's schedule to where she'll be able to watch the kids during most of our partner meetings, so we'll be able to both lead the partner meetings together, which is how this thing started in the first place.
Yep.
So it was never our intention to have separate videos or do things apart, but we got to take care of our family, and that comes first.
Yeah. It's like several people made comments on our interview with Gary Wayne about how they literally said, noisy kids in the background, so distracting, I can't hear anything, which I was having issues with my microphone, and it was picking up everything in the background, which I didn't know.
Usually it
but
doesn't do
also, it's pretty rude to say noisy kids in the background when literally we're all about family. So it's like...
Yes and no. If you can't hear the video...
You could, though.
Then it's a little bit of an issue. You know what I mean? But yes, they know we're family oriented.
You could hear Asher as clear as day in the background. You could probably hear exactly what he's talking about. And then you can hear someone in the background going, shh.
Yeah. So, anyway... Thanks for your patience while we figure that out. They are, however, in their bedroom right now with a babysitter being great.
It is hot in here.
Is it? It is humid today.
I'll just deal with it.
Okay.
Just getting acclimated back to Arkansas summer weather in February.
Hey.
Arkansas summers are the worst. They're miserable and hot and humid. Not as hot as it is in Texas, where it's like 120 degrees, or Arizona, where same temperatures in Arizona as it was in Texas. But hot.
Hot is easier than humid, for sure.
Right.
In my opinion.
And most people from Arizona think that Texas is humid and it's that hot. To us, Texas was not humid. But
not compared to here.
Down at the ocean, though. The ocean, that was pretty warm, though. But they actually have water there, so.
Yeah. Anyway. Well, today I just wanted to jump on and do a video. I try to come on Thursdays, and that has absolutely failed. And everything tried to keep me from being here today, but I just, I don't care. So I came anyway. So here we are. I think it's really interesting. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was Robin and I got a chance to go see the documentary by Abby Johnson called Unthinkable.
That was sad. I did cry a couple times in that, especially when they showed the actual footage of baby body parts, fetus body parts. That was pretty terrible.
Trigger warning. Yeah.
Post trigger warning.
This is why he has me. I'm sure all of you know that we need each other for sure. So in that documentary, if you haven't seen Abby Johnson's movie Unplanned, I definitely, recommend that. If that's something that you're able to stomach and to swallow, it really just gives you compassion. And a lot of times what we encounter is people in the church having a lack of compassion for those that really need it. And I understand we can get tired of dealing with certain situations, especially as leaders. We can get tired of dealing with, people in cycles and things like that. But that's literally who Jesus came for. It wasn't the righteous people. And I think we need to keep that in the forefront of our mind. And it's super emotional to me, because most of you know that I do abortion prevention full time. So what does that look like? That looks like a lot. That's loud. Is that gonna...
It is so loud. It's not as bad in the background as you would think.
Okay.
And just go with it, because it's hot in here.
Okay. It's just you.
Yeah. No. Thanks. It took me a second.
So you guys know that I do abortion prevention full time, as well as pastor and lots of other things that don't need to be mentioned here today. But with that, what does that look like? So right now, thankfully, I'm able to pose as like a chaplain for the pregnancy network here in the state. So all the 20 something pregnancy centers, I get to kind of pose as their chaplain and help them work through issues. Because of what you guys do, we were able to just go and drop off $600 worth of diapers, formula, and baby food to one of the pregnancy clinics. And they just love seeing us come through the door. Like, whenever she opens the door to greet us, she's like, "Hi, we love you. Thank you so much." Like, they just love emailing us. They love calling us because we just bring them goodies and support them. And that's exactly what we should do. I should not know of a pregnancy center in need and not be able to meet that need. And it's just been really fun. We've been in this growing season where we're able to reach more pregnancy centers. And if you don't know, pregnancy centers are really where I like to invest a lot of our resources at, because they deal with homeless, they deal with single moms, they deal with single dads, they deal with military, they deal with all kinds of people from all different walks of life, lower, upper, middle class. They deal with it all, and those are the people on the front lines every day fighting to help give resources to, like, parenting classes and all kinds of different resources to families so that they feel like they do have that choice to keep their child. So there's a lot involved in that, and most of you here probably have been through a lot of my training already, and Robin's as well regarding this. So there's a lot involved, but it's really important that we're on the front lines supporting them however we can. Now I've been invited to help on a little bit of bill drafting and having some input in that. So we've been working on that, and then we've been fighting in the House this week. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be at the Capitol because I'm drowning in everything. And so, I know I just went from like stressed mess to like boss in like 10 minutes, but I'll be a stressed mess in a minute. Hopefully not. But I wasn't able to be there, but I've been following and speaking with, some of the people that have, and we're passing the Olivia bill. It's the
Baby Olivia
Baby
bill,
Olivia
yeah.
Act is what it's called. It's one of our House bills here, and it's actually been proposed in other states, been passed in other states. It's already been through lawsuits and proven. So it's a really good resource that teaches kids in schools from age 5th grade on. They see it once a year, the biological development of a baby in the womb from conception. And so it starts at the point of conception and goes through, and it's beautiful, and it talks about how the hair, the eye color, and the sex are all determined at conception. And then it goes on to talk about how, at 21 days we have this beating heart that's detectable. And then we have, when kicking and playing in the womb starts, and it's just this beautiful thing to show life is beautiful. And I think it's really important that we show what happens during the development, because if we can teach, 5th graders on, a lot of females start their menstrual cycle around the 5th and 6th grade. That's where the highest percentage starts at this time. When I was younger, it was like 7th, 8th grade, but now it's already moving to 5th and 6th grade. And so it's really important, because by then, if something happens while they're in school or even older, they already have this basis of seeing this 3-minute video once a year, of seeing the Baby Olivia video, where they'll know what happens during their pregnancy and conception, and they'll already just know what happens. So that would probably make them less likely to seek out an abortion in the future, because they know the facts of what's really happening. Instead of it being called a blob of cells, you have this beautiful embryo, or you have this really cool fetus that's so developed it can do X, Y, and Z, and they have this knowledge prior to. So it is really important that we pass that. It's not super biased. It was created by Live Action, which is a pro-life organization, but it's really important that we do this. It gives facts. It's something I could share with Joseph, who is our 3-year-old son, and he would be, great seeing it. But I think it's really important to pass, and so I've been in contact with some of our state representatives here, and they've just been amazing to say thank you for reaching out. I will be voting yes. So that's really exciting as well. In addition to that, I have been offered the opportunity to be able to get the training I need as an RN to administer the abortion reversal pill. And so that takes a lot of money for this training, and it's far away, and then we have to pay someone to be here, an employee to be here as well, to take care of the sanctuary and the animals. So that's really exciting. I think that topic is for another day, because I have some stuff I'd like to share with that, but I'll be able to administer the abortion reversal pill. If you don't know about it, please send me a message, and we need to get your group and your small groups and your churches and everything understanding and knowing about it and putting it out there so that women know about it. I mean, I have so many friends in different states from everything we've done. And just some of my very closest friends in Oklahoma this week told me they have never heard of the reversal pill ever. Already 7,000 babies have successfully been birthed because of the abortion reversal pill.
That's great.
It is great. It's amazing. I think that number is a lot higher now, but I'm just giving you what is on the last number I pulled. I actually think it's closer to like 15,000 now. I need to pull it again, but I would rather be under than over, because that makes me feel more righteous.
Yeah, and Planned Parenthood doesn't tell people that that's an option after you take the pill. Like, oh, if you
they
have
don't
second
educate.
thoughts, actually, they don't really tell you that there's any other options or any other place you can go. They go to pregnancy centers like Options and what's that place in Searcy called?
There's a bunch, yeah.
There's a lot pregnancy centers. But they go to those pregnancy centers and they harass people and slander them and all this stuff and say, you're stopping people from having a choice. But really, it's the exact opposite when you think about it. And
that's because we really need to work on our laws with informed consent. And what is informed consent from both sides of the view? They're not being given informed consent at Planned Parenthood. As a matter of fact, that brings me back to what we were just discussing with Unthinkable. So I don't want to take over this whole thing, but I know that you'll interject if you want to. So in Unthinkable, one of the women, okay, let me give a little background. When Abby Johnson put out Unplanned, she got a lot of hatred and, all the things from the opposing views, saying that this was just her experience at Planned Parenthood. This is not how they all are. So she gathered over 50 more individuals who have left Planned Parenthood to get their testimonies as well. She asked non-biased questions, and she just interviewed these women as well that used to work there. And they're different states, they're different clinics, they're different physicians that oversee them perform the abortions. And so they're completely separate such experiences per person. And so one of the women said that her job was to edit all of the videos that were being shown on the TV, the commercials and everything that were being shown in the lobby of Planned Parenthood. She was to edit out of the magazines and everything sitting in the lobby that someone would look at, anything that had to do with anything maternal. So anything that would trigger a maternal instinct. Now you tell me that having someone in a paid position to edit media and every single thing that someone would see for their experience when they walk in from being maternal, you tell me they're giving informed consent.
No, because she literally said she would do that so that they wouldn't see it and then had second thoughts about getting the abortion. And then when they talked about, there was this one lady in there her job was to promote things that would make more money. And so she saw that promoting birth control and abstinence and all that stuff, which Planned Parenthood used to do. I remember when I was a kid, they would come and teach us this stuff. And they did talk about abstinence, etc. And they would say that stuff. And then they said, well, this is not making us money, so we're going to push this instead. So instead of giving them the options to let them know what they could do that would be more effective, they would give them things that they knew weren't going to work so that they could make money, because they know that specifically what she said was she knew that birth control, when given, is going to result in something like 50% of the time it doesn't work or something like that. And then they're going to have to come in and get an abortion or get pills, etc. So they would make more money by giving some sort of birth control than they would by teaching them proper sex safety or sex education or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
And this is straight from their mouths, from them that did it. Something else that kind of shocked me in the video was I didn't realize that Margaret Sanger's mother died during childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think like I could cry when I hear the word compassion right now, because I feel like we can all unify and come together as the body of Christ. We work with Church of Christ. We work with Catholics. We work with non-denominational. We work with Assemblies of God. I mean, we work with people, and people are a part of our ministry from all kinds of different denominations that is Christ-based and Bible-based. So you guys know what we believe, obviously. But because we work with so many people, I think it's beautiful, Baptists, that we can come together on the core belief of life, and that life is beautiful. And it's really sad, some of the opposing people who have been standing up against even the Baby Olivia Act here, you know, their statements have been, well, this is really trying to make people emotional and feel that life is beautiful. And I've been thinking about that since last night, and I'm like, you know, I come from being someone who struggled with depression and suicide, and thank God I overcame all that quite a while ago. But I think about, like, if you don't feel that life is beautiful, what are you living for? Like, that statement hurt me all night. I was up thinking about it, and a lot of other things. Because like I said, I've been a stress mess. Just going to be perfectly honest with you. There's a lot going on. But I just was really saddened by that. And I'm thinking about these people who are getting up there saying, why would you make something biased to make life seem beautiful?
Like, yeah, what's that? What's that about?
And I just like, I'm very sad for the people who oppose this that say that, because what do they have to live for? Like, it saddens me.
Well, and then what the other person was up there trying to tell people they were saying that the Baby Olivia bill would make people feel like, ashamed
for having an abortion.
Ashamed for having an abortion. Well, first of all, I hate to break it to you, but they're not saying let's sit here and show this to a bunch of people who've had abortions. They're saying let's show it to people in 5th grade.
And as a matter of fact,
to help them understand what they had inside of them if they would get pregnant. Actually, it's not even for that purpose. It's like, it's just part of
just biology.
Yeah, and literally they don't even talk about how conception happens or any of that stuff. It's just, this is what's going on when a baby's growing inside of a woman's womb.
Yeah. And immediately when she said that, I knew that she had had an abortion.
And then she said she had an abortion.
And then she said she had an abortion. Yes. And that also made me sad, because if she feels shame from it, from just watching a video that is only facts, there is nothing derogatory in it. You can YouTube Baby Olivia Act and watch this beautiful video. Something else that's required in this kind of education is to watch a live ultrasound. So yes, it's AI generated, but it makes it easier for you to show younger children without any type of feeling violated.
Grossness, like
inappropriateness.
Yeah, if you have to see it, like what's really going on, it looks. It's more like a clear out the junk so you can see it clearly kind of deal. Yeah. I didn't think it was. It didn't look like it was grossly CGI'd or anything. It was just. It just looked like. I mean, you could probably you can tell it's computer generated. But if this was 20 or 30 years ago, you'd be like, whoa.
Yeah. How
did they get inside of the womb like that? That's amazing.
And you think, the fight on abortion. A lot of the pro-life community, which obviously I'm very involved in, they're not hateful. And that's what's really hard is a lot of the opposing view when they stand up and say, well, you're trying to shame people who've had an abortion, when it has nothing to do with how the baby got there. That's not there at all. There's no mention of abortion. There's no mention of any of this. It's just simply human development. A lot of us would be willing to go hug her neck and say, let us walk you through this. Let us walk you through what you've gone, because we've all made a decision that we regret. We've all made bad decisions in our lives, and my bad decisions are no worse. Your bad decisions are no worse than mine. And so that was really sad to me. I kind of wished I was there. You know, if God would have opened an opportunity for me to give her a hug and whatever, I would have. But we just have to get over ourselves to be able to do things like that. But that's how you change people. And it's really important that we respond like that, because the majority of women that have abortions have already had abortions. So once they have one, they're way more likely to have another. So those are the exact families that we need to target. If you're not led by compassion, have you ever made a decision and instantly regretted it and felt that terror and fear go down your spine, and you can't sleep at night, and you're panicking, and you're wondering how to change what you've messed up? Imagine that being a human life and not being able to reverse it. And they feel the panic in that moment and go, oh my gosh, what have I done? What can I do to stop this? There are so many thousands of women who go, what can I do to stop this after what I've done? And so that's why I'm really excited about being presented with the opportunity to be one of the nurses that gets to administer the abortion reversal pill, because it's literally the story of Jesus. It's literally, hey, you've messed up at the lowest of lows is what it feels like in that moment. But I am here with one more chance. It is the gospel. I'm so excited to be able to present a second chance to this mom and to this baby. And so that's one of the things that I'm doing. And then also getting trained in and sonography and certified in that as well, so that I can fill into these pregnancy clinics, one day here and there when they need it. Because the thing is, if you have someone scheduled that's abortion bound or abortion determined, whatever your language is, that needs an ultrasound, or that needs their pregnancy test and all that, and you miss a day because your nurse got sick or whatever happens, and you don't have backup, or it's at an unexpected time, if you don't have nurses that are trained in this, that can go fill in, we're going to lose that person, and they're going to go straight to a Planned Parenthood or get online and order pills or whatever, and we're going to lose them. So it's really important. So since we support pregnancy centers, I only felt that appropriate to be equipped, since I'm already an RN. Why not use it for the kingdom, which is the only way I would use it at this point. And so I'll be trained to be able to do that as well. Edgar asked, why do I have a southern accent?
Because she's from Oklahoma.
I don't hear my accent until people say that.
Well, you don't hear it until I say accent, and then you hear my accent.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny here because everyone says accurate for accurate.
In Arkansas,
I'm like, that's
they say
literally
accurate.
Hilarious. Like, it's not accurate.
I can tell when someone's from Arkansas.
So my accent's a little less.
Because they don't say right, they say right.
Right.
R-A-T.
What do they call me at Starbucks or
Brandon?
wherever we go?
Is it Brandy
Branda?
with an I or a Y? It's not an I or a Y. It's an I. Or a Y.
It's just funny. Very funny.
I'm like, an I or a Y? What are we practicing phonetic spelling here? We're gonna spell it out. Branda.
Yeah. So altogether, this training is costing around $5,000, maybe a little less.
Somewhere around there. That's without the hotel, right?
No, that's
or is that with the hotel?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's with, and that's with covering employees here as well. So it's about just under, maybe like 4,700 to 5,000. So anyway, if you want to help with that, that'd be great. And with us being me being super active in all of the pro-life things here, it's less time for me to do accounting. So we I really need to hire an accountant, which is also a lot, quite a bit. So Just kind of letting you know our needs there. But we love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for allowing us to go buy diapers and formula and baby food for these parents that have chosen life, because I believe not only in helping them make the decision to choose life, but then supporting them afterwards. If I'm not going to be able to be there for them afterwards, then I have no business really helping them make that decision. And so we like to be the central hub for them to come. Any pregnancy center say, hey, we don't have this, we don't have the ability to get this. Would you be able to provide that? And I need my spot on quick answer to be yes. The other thing is we provide the abortion prevention manuals to them, and several in the state I'm learning are newer pregnancy clinics, and they're really enjoying our material and doing them as Bible studies in their clinics. So I'm really excited about that. We're currently out completely. I have one copy of the abortion prevention manual. So if you guys would like to help us, we give those out to clinics all across and to whoever. We don't charge for it. If you guys want to buy one, if I have them in stock, we just send it if you cover shipping costs.
Yeah, we've got to start giving them to churches in Oklahoma and different states when we're traveling, but we don't have enough.
We don't have enough. Like, I was just there and I didn't have any to give. Actually, I was going to give Heather one, and I didn't have one. So anyway, if anyone wants to help us get more books, we are completely out at this time. But thank you guys for what you do. Is there anything you wanted to talk about today?
No, I don't have anything that I want to talk about today. Let's see what people messaged. Let's see. New York City. Yeah, great. Hello from Houston.
One of the things
Brandy's a prophet too, so she's not just Sister Brandy. She's actually more of an apostle. So
I'm just a servant. I'm good.
Yeah, right. Jesus just calls us Robin and Brandy, just like Kevin Zadai says. Jesus only called me Kevin.
You can just call me Brandy. I'm a servant, and whatever role I need to fill, I do. Which is way too many right now.
I mentioned that yesterday in our video. I was like, really, what we need is an increase so that we can afford to hire a team to do what we're doing, because we're getting to the point where we can't keep up.
I've cried like at least 4 times today, but I'm okay. I'm great. I'm very thankful for where we're at, and it's really exciting to be growing so much that we need a team again. You know, it's very exciting. It's just the transition. I'm glad that he's strong and that God's strong for me, because I am very determined and very strong, but this has been like lots on top of lots on top of lots. So anyway, the one thing I was going to say is, you know, we think about the pro-life laws that we currently have, and even in red states, we know that women are able to access abortion pills. There's been a huge breakthrough. A physician named Margaret I forget her last name, I think it starts with an S, in Louisiana, has now been charged for up to 15 years in prison. And so I'm really excited about that, because she's one of the main physicians who distribute. So I think it was
the district attorney in Louisiana charged the lady, I think her last name was Robinson or something like that, in New York. Let me take a look here.
No, the case is coming from Louisiana.
Grand jury in Louisiana indicted New York doctor who has been practicing abortion pills, prescribing abortion pills to Louisiana residents in violation of state law. Dr. Margaret Carpenter.
Carpenter, not an SSC. Yes, so this is huge, because not only is she providing them in Louisiana, but I'm very sure to multiple states that are red. And so this is really good, because that means that we're going to start to get a handle on that. There's a few other things I'm working on, and I was able to, you know, kind of hear from an attorney where to go with some of the next steps that I have regarding those. And even just the ACOG's education that they're giving the OBs right now in general. So that's something else we're working on for another day and time. Until I get finances done, I can't do any of that. So that's why it's important to have someone be able to do that for us as well. But why it's important for us to continue to fight all this is because even in red states, you know, some physicians are doing hysterectomies and getting away with it as doing abortions.
That's their ultimate goal in the long run, is to make it so that you can't have babies anymore.
Because they hate children.
Because typically people who have an abortion can't have babies again. Oh, not typically, but it happens more often than you would think.
Yeah, not typically.
I'd say atypically, but still happens.
Yeah. But they're saying, well, come to me, we'll do a hysterectomy. And then we don't have to call it an abortion. So it is really important that even in red states, you continue to fight. You get with your state's right to life, and they can help you find your county's right to life and get involved and just start being proactive in this fight. So many thousands of babies' lives are being lost every day. And I wake up and I'm like, okay, what can I do today? And so by supporting us, you are helping us do that. And I'm just so thankful that I get to do what I'm called to do. It's beautiful. And I'm very thankful for that opportunity because of each of you.
Yeah. Well, I guess we have to wrap it up here pretty soon. Remember, like and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. I know about 25% of y'all that watch aren't subscribed, so do that. And if you want to help partner with us, support us in any way, shape, or form to meet the needs and grow how we need to grow, all the information is right there at the bottom and in the description in the videos.
Yeah,
so
and don't forget, just even if you don't want to donate or help us in that way, we appreciate the prayers.
Absolutely.
And we love to hear from you, and we want to be there for you too. We call this Fireside Grace Family for a reason. We try to be extra available as much as we can for each of you, and as you can tell, that's hard for us to do, but that's something, no matter how big we grow, is important to maintain for us, because you're a family. And to me, I knew what church family was, and then I knew what it's like to be hurt by your church family. So it's really important for me to have a strong bond and develop that family with you. If you just want to keep up with us, you're welcome to go to firesidegrace.com and just become a site member. It's not like a purchase or any type of, commitment or anything, but that way you get our emails and see what stuff we put out. But thanks for being here, and we appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
We do have Cash App. It's scrolling across the bottom there. It's $ Fireside Grace, all one word.
If you
send us your email, if you send us stuff, because unless we have a personal relationship with you, we can't access your email or your information or any of that through Cash App. So in order for us to give you donation receipts, you have to send us your email separately.
Yeah. So if you're going to give through Cash App, I highly recommend becoming a site member so that when I go to look up totals, I will know what totals belong to who in Cash App. Otherwise, You won't be getting a donor letter because I don't know who you are.
Right. Okay, well, we got to wrap it up because the babysitter has to leave here soon, and we still got to cut her trunk. So we'll talk to you later. Love you guys, and we'll see you on Monday, unless something amazing happens, and then we'll do another live video at some point over the weekend. But until next time, bye.
Bye.